Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. The first story is from Ray Grant. We had moved to a new house when my dad got a new job in a different city. As you can imagine, leaving school and friends wasn't easy for an 8-year-old. The new environment was a lot to take in. There weren't a lot of kids in the area, and the school was some fair distance away. I had always been the type of kid who could never sit in the house for too long, always running outside, playing and chasing something. I knew my old place very well, knew all the blocks, where the woods led and all, but this new place was different. When we were meeting our neighbors, they warned us not to let me go out at night or past sunset. The only explanation they gave was this place had some bad reputation with kids going missing. We really should have researched the area more, but it happened so fast. My mom's company had arranged the property since they had a branch in this city and she would be transferred here. My first few days had been just adjusting to the new locality. On weekends, I would just explore in random directions, and on school days, I would ask around what people did after school. I had a hard time making friends. Most of my time after school was spent skating. During a weekday, my school had let us out early, so rather than taking the bus, I decided I would skate my way home and perhaps explore some new grounds. I had taken a new route, one which goes around my block. The place felt unmaintained and old. There were trailers on one side of the road and woods on the other. The people in those trailers were eyeing me, and I felt unsettled. I went back home after that. When I reached home, Dad had called and said he and Mom would be running late, so I should eat whatever that's left in the fridge and lock the doors. Immediately after I put down the phone, I heard a knock at the door. My heart skipped a beat when I heard another knock, but this time from the back door in the kitchen. I tried to peep out of the front window and saw it was some of the people eyeing me from that strange road. I felt a chill run down my spine when I heard the back door open. Before I could react, the front door opened and a shabby-looking man made his way in. I screamed hard and charged into my room. The two people who made their way in started chasing me down, but I had managed to lock them out of my room. I felt my whole body turning cold. They were relentless and kept smashing against the door. Every time the thud was harder, and it felt like the sound was piercing into my body. I hid under the bed and hoped this would all be over. Thankfully, it did end. I heard some sirens outside and the thudding immediately ceased. Later I found out my neighbor saw and called 911 to report an intrusion. I had been lucky that they noticed and took action. We moved away from that place soon enough, but that memory would still haunt me for years to come. The second story is from Chase Churchill. I used to live with 3 of my friends when we were in college. Our place was slightly secluded from the town. The house was at the end of a block, and beyond that was just dry lands of California. Our house never felt lonely. Even though it was situated in an unfrequented area, all 4 of us being there would make the house lively. There would be music playing all the time, or someone shouting or laughing. It was definitely never quiet. The only time the house would be quiet is when all of us had gone back to our hometown, usually during holidays. One such winter holiday, we were all packing to go back to our hometowns to our parents. Only one of us had a car, so we would all leave at the same time, dropping each one at their destination or bus stops. None of us were from out of the state, so it wasn't a long drive. The day before our departure, I had gotten a call from the company I had been interning. They told me they needed me for the coming week. Since I needed this internship for college and experience, I really couldn't say no. I informed the others that I would be staying for another week, and they all agreed. That had been the first time someone has ever lived alone in that house. I really didn't mind, since I had busy parents. I had been home alone quite a few times, so it was usual for me. That night, I heard no music going to bed, which was strange and not my usual bedtime ritual. I had trouble sleeping because of that. Suddenly, I heard some dogs barking outside. I tried to find my headphones to drown out the sound, but I heard another sound. The sound of glass cracking, followed by a door opening. My heart felt like sinking inside, and my first instinct was hiding under the bed. I heard heavy footsteps running around and the sound of things being trashed. I saw those footsteps enter my room and look around, pushing the wardrobe, throwing the lamp which was on the desk. My mind kept repeating, "Please, please, please don't look under the bed." I was caught off guard when the man started jumping in anger. It felt so odd. He was just screaming and jumping, like throwing a tantrum. I tried to call 911, but the phone had been on the table, which this man had pushed away. He had finally left the room and went down toward the kitchen. I crawled to my phone, called 911, and didn't say anything. I feared he could hear my voice and came up to hurt me. I knew my room wasn't safe anymore, so I made a run for the attic, pulled the ladder down, and closed the door as quietly as I could. The man quickly rushed in to see what caused the noise, but thankfully I was in the attic and out of sight by that time. I heard more things getting smashed, and then dead silence. After a while, the police came and surveyed the area. The man was nowhere to be found now. I got outside and told them what had happened. They informed me that they had gotten report of a mentally ill person who recently escaped a mental asylum. After that incident, I decided to stay with another friend of mine. Since then, I made sure that I wasn't home alone, especially in that house. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Stay safe, and have a good day.